What's up, all you Spawn loving dudes and dudettes? Shiz here, and I'm back yet again to give you guys another Retroshiz look back at the past. And today we're totally going to be checking out Spawn McFarlane Toys issue 119, the interior art, the old-fashioned gunslinger himself, the 12-inch Gunslinger Spawn. And yes, they did actually make a 7-inch version of this figure as well, but of course I went with the 12-inch version, so that is what we're going to be checking out today. If you didn't know about the Gunslinger Spawn, now this guy is actually, it's one of my, probably, if there was a fire in the house, I would run out and this would be the Spawn that I would choose. He is a glorious looking figure, especially because he is in that 12-inch Art of Spawn format. He's got the detail, he's got everything, but we'll get into that in just a second. But the whole background behind this character is actually pretty interesting. So you had Francis Parker, who later took the name Henry Simmons, was the great-grandfather, of course, of Al Simmons. And this whole story taking place about 200 years prior to Spawn becoming Spawn, but Francis Parker was friends with a guy named Jeremy Winston, and unfortunately, Jeremy was killed, but not before he made a deal with Lord Mammon, and he was resurrected as the Gunslinger Spawn. And lo and behold, we have one of the coolest looking design Spawn characters ever. He is just, they nailed it. But just to kind of go over, yesterday I had a contest on my Instagram to give away the second signed copy of the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn action figure, and I will be announcing the winner. But before I do that, I wanted to say thank you to my friends over at WB Games, and once again, thanks to them, we will be giving away a code for the new Mortal Kombat 11. This will give you the premium edition, gives you all the DLC characters, all the extras, all that kind of, it's the whole kit and caboodle right there. So you will get to play as Spawn. So what I'm going to do, I'll make the announcement now, for Day 4's giveaway for Spawn Week, the entry is simple. Make sure you're following me, Toyshiz, and then I want you to leave a comment down below. I want you to tell me, what is your favorite Mortal Kombat video game ever? It can be anything with Mortal Kombat. It can even be Mythology, Sub-Zero. I don't care. Winner will get a code for the Nintendo Switch or PlayStation 4, or if you have a PC. Those are the three options. Also, you have to live in North America. That's where the code will work. So simple rules. And then in just a second, once we talk about the Gunslinger Spawn, I will announce who won the Instagram contest. It's very exciting. But to get into the Gunslinger Spawn, this 12-inch McFarlane figure is just, he's very statuesque. I'm going to tell you that. He does have some points of articulation, but just in looking, this is a gorgeous figure. And Spawn, many people say this, you know, much like Batman, when you have different designs for the character, you can do Western, you can do medieval. He just goes with the flow and can be designed so perfectly into that. And I love his hat, his stovepipe, wonky, weird hat. We'll just call it the Cat in the Hat hat, you know what I mean? Basically, he has that going on. Not something that works in real life. But, you know, when you make it out of necroplasm, it just looks amazing. But it's really just the detail on this figure that they just nailed home. He's got metal chains. He's got some technically cloth good type hanging bones and everything. He's got his awesome boots. He's got two revolvers. Both of them are different. It's just, it's the paint wash and the detail. I mean, this figure used to be around, I think it was like 25, 30 bucks. And back in the day, you know, clearances happened all the time. But this, I mean, look at the intricacy of the bones and everything. These are all threaded through. It fits onto his belt. You know, who knows what you're looking at kind of here. It's just a whole mess of bones, and it adds to that really cool, like an preacher gunslinger look that this guy is dealing with. The face, you can see like a skull underneath. It's very much a decrepit looking Spawn. The back of the figure is gorgeous. It carries over that red cape for Spawn, but it adds that Western appeal. It's got the skull on the back. It's a very, let's say, Western take on the skull, which I like, and it's just a very, you know, he's got the spikes sticking out. He's got the curls to the cape. He's got the big color and everything else. Just the wash on this thing. Look at how the detail flows from top to bottom. Everything, every piece of it thought out meticulously. And it just, that's why the Gunslinger Spawn continues to be one of the most sought after and cool figures. I mean, he's got sculpted. It would have been nice to have the ability to take out the knife. Sure, that's on his little thigh belt kind of thing. But again, you get two different revolvers and they're both sculpted beautifully. Even the one with the little handle, it's got the little M symbol on it, the wash on them. I love that they didn't give you the same gun twice. That shows, you know, just going a little bit further than what we sort of see now. You know, usually you would just see the same gun twice, but it's cool because it's like, you know, whose gun is that? Where do you pick it up? Is it a different person's gun? So it's very cool to see that. Now, the one thing about these guns, while they do fit really well into the holsters, it's kind of odd when you're kind of fitting them into his hands. He doesn't really have trigger holding per se kind of gun hands, and they're a little bit small for his grip. That's the one thing I have. See, like, it's a beautifully sculpted hand. It's very much a Spawn, you know, very angular, lots of different ways of the fingers and everything else. His boots, the details, it's got little designs all over the boots. It's very much just Spawn Western. Even if you didn't know anything about this guy, you'd still look and be like, dang, that's cool. Now for articulation, he's got it in the arms, his wrists, his head sort of basically just rotates. It kind of gets off kilter though, because he's technically in a pre-posed look. He'll swivel at the boots and his legs will move. But I think that just in dealing with the Spawn and how he's portrayed here, you can't go wrong. All right, so enough about the Gunslinger Spawn. Now, as I said, Todd McFarlane Toys was really nice. This week, Spawn Week, right? Gave away 2 signed copies of the MK11 Spawn figure. I know this guy has been really hard to find, but I'm happy to announce the second winner of my Instagram contest to give it away. Congratulations to Moxie Monocle. You are the winner of the signed Mortal Kombat figure. So congratulations to you. I'll be in contact, get all your information, and we'll get that figure over to you ASAP. But again, thank you so much to Todd McFarlane. Thank you to everyone at McFarlane Toys, including, you know who you are. You are an amazing lady. So thank you again to you. This has been a great week. I know we got one more contest left. We're going to give away a video game code. But hey, you know what? I just want to say thank you in advance, again, to McFarlane Toys, and of course, everyone who stuck around this whole week. It's been a crazy week, so I'm just trying to make it light, make it fun, and do some sweet giveaways. So hopefully we'll do more very soon. But again, back to Gunslinger Spawn. Now, being that this guy is a 12-inch figure, they did do a bunch of Art of Spawn 12-inch figures. And this is really the only one that I got out of the 12-inch. But in pairing them up, you'll see the new MK11 Spawn, not really at all in scale, but it's cool just to kind of, this is like your standout piece. You know what I mean? You got the smaller versions of the Spawn figures, but then you have this Gunslinger Spawn. You could put them up against Pirate Spawn. You know what I mean? All the different, like I said, all the different spawns and everything else, the Ashley Wood Spawn, they're all so much fun to see. And this guy, yeah, he will stand out in your collection. I highly, highly recommend if you can get one of these figures. Heck, even get the 7-inch version. It doesn't matter. You will be stoked. And it really, just until recently, I would say, I got another figure, we'll say 10-inch, almost 12-inch, for the new Cyberpunk 2077 game. I got the Johnny Silverhand figure, and he's almost the same size. Kind of see the details still there with Johnny Silverhand. But again, back in the day, for these types of figures, I mean, for the price that you used to pay, it's amazing. So I'm curious to know what you guys think about this Gunslinger Spawn. Do you have the 12-inch, 7-inch? Do you have any of them? You need to get them now? Comment below. Let me know. Let's talk everything McFarlane Toys. I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, be sure to enter my last contest for day 4. It's a WB Games giveaway, Mortal Kombat 11. Just leave a comment below. Make sure you follow me, Toyshiz. What is your favorite Mortal Kombat game? And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.